watching East Tennessee weather, powered by Rusty Wallace Automotive Group.
And good morning. It's Saturday morning, 8:01, and it's a bone-chilling start to the day. Hey, by the way, today's Wake Up with Witcher is sponsored by Mold Doctors USA. Freezing weather enables frozen pipes and costly water damage. Mold Doctors USA has proudly responded to thousands of emergency water damage calls all over East Tennessee, helping homeowners and businesses quickly recover with emergency drying and water damage cleanup. They are locally owned and operated for 20 years. They are licensed, insured, and bonded. They are a certified and accredited full-service restoration company in the area. If you find yourself in need of an emergency water cleanup following a burst pipe, call Mold Doctors USA at 865-945-3000 or online at molddoctorsusa.com. Most importantly, they do have a call center available 24/7. Mold Doctors USA is there to help you with your water damage, any water damage that you may be experiencing. And I will tell you that I've had several friends reach out to me. They have frozen pipes. Now, they're not burst, but they are frozen. And so some of you may be waking up to some frozen pipes and hopefully no water damage. But if you do, give my friends at Mold Doctors a call today. Again, that number is 865-945-3000. How's everybody doing here this morning as we get the day started? It's 8 o'clock and it's bone chilling. I only have about a 10-foot walk to the studio every morning, and it is freezing. We got some fun memes to show you here this morning that I put on social media, so join in on the fun and the conversation with Wake Up with Witcher. 8 o'clock on Saturday and Sunday, Monday through Friday at 7 o'clock. Beautiful sunrise taking shape, but those clear skies have a really loud our temperatures to drop quickly during the overnight hours, and so it is extremely cold to get the day started. That Arctic chill moved back in yesterday. Remember, we saw the flurries flying around the area, and about a dusting to upwards of 2 inches in some locations. Got a report from Cosby this morning. They picked up about 2 inches out of the storm system yesterday, out of those flurries and light snow showers. And so some icy roads are expected and anticipated this morning. But grab the sunglasses. You'll need those because abundant sunshine. Not all day, but sunshine will work its way back in. We'll have a few clouds here or there, but definitely looking at another beautiful, well, not a beautiful day. Tomorrow is going to be abundantly beautiful. Today, clouds will kind of be rolling in and out, and then we'll start to see clearing skies. Oh, and by the way, have you heard about the warm-up on the way? Yes, there is a nice warm-up on the way, but that's going to come with a whole set of another set of problems. We'll talk about it with your forecast here right now. Good morning, everyone. Sure hope you have a wonderful and safe day. Have you made it out of the neighborhoods yet? Some of you have not. I've got a couple friends that their neighborhood is fully iced over, and they do not dare try to get out of the neighborhood. But as I mentioned, I threw it on social media. Some of you were throwing me some memes yesterday, and I was like, this is awesome. So I asked for more, and you delivered with an abundance of memes, and I also wanted to share some of those with you this morning. I love these. Love them. I literally sat in my car and in bed last night, well, my car yesterday afternoon in my bed, trying to catch up and read them all, and I literally was laughing out loud. So some of these like, for the love of God, just melt. Come on. If you choose not to find joy in the snow, you will have less joy in your life, but still the same amount of snow. That's a true story. So here are some other ones. All right, we've got a couple good ones here. Let's see. Let's see if we can get that. Okay. Well, on a positive note, the skeeters ain't biting. Ain't that the truth? What's in the freezer? Tennessee. And just like that, all the potholes were filled. But they're going to be back next week with all the rain and the thawing and the drying. Oh, boy. Pothole City heading our way. And the one on the bottom right says, I'm done with a 7-day free trial of living in Alaska. Yeah, I think we all are. Are we tired of the cold and the snow? How about this one? Anybody like Mike Tyson? Slow down. It's slippery. I mean, you guys have put these on there. I'm dying laughing. And God saw y'all buying those Stanley Cups. Y'all wanted ice to last 4 days. Well, you got it. And how about this? How I've been looking, walking around the house these snow days, all disheveled and not taking showers and standing in our PJs all day. And the bottom right one, okay, show of hands. Who's tired of the snow? Anybody? Anybody? Hey, by the way, we still have quite a bit of snow on the ground. This is still snow on the ground in East Tennessee. What a week it has been around East Tennessee. I'm telling you, this one's going down in the books. This one's going to be one that we're going to be talking about for quite some time. Not near the blizzard, of course, because we had a lot of power outages, and of course, that was technically a blizzard in 93. Our snowstorm this week was not technically a blizzard because we didn't have the winds. You have to have winds of about 35 miles per hour or greater for over 3-hour periods. And so didn't have that, but it definitely dropped a lot of snow. And the snow and ice continues along with the Arctic air, but as I mentioned, there's a big warm-up on the way, and that's going to bring us a whole other set of potential problems by the middle and end of next week. So let's talk about your weather headlines. It's a brutally cold start to the day. Hit and miss sunshine throughout the day, but staying on the chilly side. The flurries are winding down, but we still have a little bit of light snow flurry activity across maybe the mountain counties. I'll show you that in a moment. It's going to be warmer next week. So, considering what temperatures we've been dealing with and the temperatures that are out there right now, next week, it's going to be feeling like summertime. Pull out the Bermuda shorts. I want to see those photos next week when the weather warms up. All right, let's go ahead and get you out the door. If you are leaving this morning, if you have to get to work, it is cold. Watch out for black ice again because temperatures are now hovering right around 1 to 12 degrees. So cold. It is now 20, 25 degrees colder than what it was yesterday, and that puts our wind chill values with a little bit of a breeze out there. Doesn't take much with these temperatures. Wind chill values 9 below right now in Crossville, 13 in Chattanooga, 9 in Knoxville is what it feels like, and the Big Goose Egg in Tri-Cities. 0 degrees is the current wind chill value. When you look at road temperatures, this is why we're going to have some possible black ice out there. So if the road looks wet, if it's been shaded and you haven't seen any sunshine in some of those spots, just kind of keep it slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race, right? Road conditions, we do have a little bit of light snow. So where you saw the flurries and the snow showers, mainly East Knox County up towards Claiborne, Union, Hamlin, Granger, Cocking, also parts of Greene and Sevier County do have a little bit more potential for some snow on the ground here this morning. But when you look at the satellite and radar, the snow machine's kind of been cranking up during the overnight hours, but starting to wind down. And so we're going to wring out the atmosphere in the higher elevations with a little bit more snow in that northwest flow, and that should be just about the extent of it. A little closer view to the mountain counties. Well, you didn't get a ton of snow at the beginning of the week, but at least you kind of caught up a little bit. And so the mountains will look gorgeous throughout the day tomorrow as the skies clear, the sun comes back out, and we'll have that white snow-capped Smoky Mountains. Anybody doing any skiing here this weekend? I saw my friend Nathan on here earlier. Well, if you're going to be doing some skiing, well, it's one of those ski days. You take one run, you go back in and get some hot chocolate. That's too darn cold. All right, so we don't have a lot of visibility issues. That's not an issue. The clouds have really started to burn off in some locations, so that's good. So here's your out-the-door forecast this morning. These are wind chill values. I wanted to put wind chill values on there. I could show you air temperatures all day, but that always doesn't tell the whole story. And so I threw wind chills. These are wind chill values through noon, single digits, all the way through noon. Air temperatures will be in the teens, but wind chill values will be in the single digits. So it's going to be cold all day. Futurecast picking up on the clearing skies this morning. For some of us, the skies will continue to clear for the second part of the day. It's going to take a while. We've got some moisture hovering right around 4,000 to 5,000 feet, those low clouds. It's going to take a while to kind of burn that off. So I think while we do have some sunshine for some now, clouds may fill back in a little bit, and then we start to see those clouds lift their way on out and burn off. And so we'll see improving weather conditions, at least when it comes to sky coverage. And now we're going to start to see a little bit of a pattern change as we get into next week. High temperatures today are going to be in the teens and 20s. But again, wind chill values even all afternoon, single digits and teens. Just another good day to stay inside. Don't worry, we'll be able to get out and play as we get into the middle part of next week. But we'll probably have to buy some rain jackets and some umbrellas. Evening wind chill forecast. If you have evening plans, I don't know if the Globetrotters are back in tonight. They were last night, I believe. But if you have evening plans, if they're heading off to a concert or just heading off to dinner and date night tonight, 5 o'clock, we're right around 7 for a wind chill factor. 9 o'clock, we're down to about 3 degrees. Oh, and by the way, the National Weather Service has once again issued another wind chill advisory with a wind chill warning across the mountains of East Tennessee. This is all the way through Sunday morning, because look at your Sunday morning. If you're planning on heading off to church, we're going to be back into the single digits. Wind chill values tomorrow morning will be back sub-zero, so about 3 degrees below zero in Knoxville, and even colder across the mountain location. So again, another wind chill advisory goes into effect overnight tonight. Are we done? This is why I posted those memes, and I'm so glad that you loved them and shared them and got in on the conversation, because we all needed to laugh, right? I mean, listen, this is just dangerously cold. The snow's not going away, but the roads are beginning to improve. We saw that yesterday. Now, I don't think we're going to see a lot of improvements on the roads from what we currently have this morning today, because it's colder than what it was yesterday. Ground temperatures came up, so we saw a lot more melting and thawing, but the snow will continue to melt away here over the next several days. So as we highlight your 3-day forecast, morning flurries still lingering across some counties, mainly the mountains. Hit and miss sunshine later on this afternoon, but increasing sunshine throughout the day tomorrow. We go from 22 for a forecast high today, 31 tomorrow, and here we go. Do the kids go back to school? I don't know if they call it school. I've heard mixed reports, but my wife and I were talking about it last night, and I've not gotten a text message from our school system. But when do the kids go back to school? Only time will tell. 42 on Monday, but here's the story. Your 7-day forecast, rainfall trend. This is going to be insult to injury. Now, I've been saying that multiple days in a row, saying, okay, well, we had the snow, then the Arctic air came in. That was insult to injury. And then we saw, more snow, and now more Arctic air. And now as we warm up, realize that the atmosphere, the warmer the air is, the more moisture it can hold. And so we are talking about heavy rain starting Tuesday, but lasting all the way through Friday. But it is going to be warmer, so at least we've got that going for us. If anybody has any travel plans, let's show you the big picture weather pattern. Big trough of low pressure bringing in the Arctic air across the Great Lakes and the southeastern U.S. But what I want to highlight here is that we're going to see a nice ridge build on in. So a ridge of high pressure brings us happy weather. Low pressure, lousy weather. So high pressure is going to bring us happier weather, well, at least warmer weather. But it's going to hold that pattern for several days next week. And so we're going to get a strong southwesterly flow, a big fetch of moisture moving its way on through. And so while temperatures do warm, well, rainfall increases. So when you look at your dew point trend, have you noticed the static electricity? Every time I go to the weather wall and come back to continue my recordings and everything I'm doing for the channel, I get shocked the second I touch the keyboard. And so static electricity is going to be high again here throughout the day today. So if you wear shoes in your house, you probably notice you've been shocked a lot more recently. That's going to increase today because static electricity increases with dry air. So that moves away as the atmosphere starts to moisten up. Notice dew points. Now dew points climb into the 30s on Tuesday, 40s on Wednesday, 50s to near 60 for dew points on Thursday and Friday. There's a couple things that number tells us. A, that tells us we're adding more moisture to the atmosphere. B, it tells us that our morning lows are going to come up, so we're going to get rid of this Arctic air. Morning lows will likely be in the 50s and 60s because the temperature can and will never drop below the dew point. It is impossible. Once the temperature drops to the dew point, you get saturation, you get moisture, so it can't go below that. And so that means our morning lows are going to warm up as we get into the middle part of next week. But as I mentioned, we're going to have the southwesterly flow. Now, this map shows you mid-level spin and energy. This is about 15,000 to 18,000 feet in the atmosphere. This is a huge indication of disturbances in our atmosphere, little waves. And as waves come in, moisture increases, instability increases, and so showers and thunderstorms are likely. If it's warm enough, obviously. And we looked at this when it came to cold weather, but it was cold enough to snow, so these disturbances produce snowfall. Watch as these disturbances, Monday through Friday, just that southwesterly fetch continues to pull in moisture, disturbance after disturbance after disturbance. And so a river of moisture is going to head our way, and that's what's going to lead to the abundance of rainfall. I mean, look at also up from Mississippi to Alabama and the southern middle and east Tennessee. We're talking 3 to 5 inches of rainfall possible from basically Tuesday through Friday next week. So generally speaking, I'd say here in East Tennessee, we're talking 1 to 3 plus. Chattanooga, probably more. Tri-Cities, a little bit less. But we'll cut it in the middle and say 2 to 3 inches, generally speaking, as we get into next week, which is going to lead to those other problems I was talking about and the potential for some localized flooding. As the snow melts, as we still have a ton of snow on the ground, as the snow melts and then the moisture and the temperature is warm and the moisture increases, that's going to lead to creeks and rivers rising. So make sure you check back in as soon as we get into the middle of next week as this rain starts to set up shop. And we'll keep you posted, or I'll keep you posted anyways, on how these all play out. You can always download the East Tennessee Weather app, check in on the latest forecast there. Of course, when the showers start to roll on in, the interactive radar is great, and we'll highlight that in more detail next week. But don't forget the daily forecast is available on the app as well. And I will probably send a push alert here later on for those of you that may have missed the Wake Up with Witcher this morning. All right, so temperature trend 22 today, 31 tomorrow, 42 on Monday. All right, we're stair-stepping our way slowly but surely back into the 50s Tuesday, Wednesday. And then how about this? Like I said, pull out the shorts because now we're acclimated to this cold weather. Maybe the folks that have been working outside are a little bit more acclimated. The ones that have stayed inside all week long, maybe not so much. But next week's going to feel amazing. While it is going to be rainy, at least it's going to be on the warm side. We still have to get through a couple of mornings of some very cold Arctic air. So this morning we started off in the single digits and teens. Tomorrow we're at 5. So tomorrow's going to be even colder with the clearing skies. And so that's why we have that wind chill advisory for our Sunday morning. Still only 13 degrees on Monday. So likely not to have school on Monday. But do they go back Tuesday, Wednesday? Maybe. Probably. We'll see what this warm air does, because while I've been driving my little community and the roads have been improving and the neighborhoods are still really icy, and so we'll see how fast this melts over the next couple of days. But either way you look at it, nice little warming trend on the way with high temperatures and also low temperatures. So let's go over to the chat and say good morning, everyone. If you're joining us on Roku TV or Amazon Fire, open up your cell phone and come into Mike Witcher TV on Facebook or the East Tennessee Weather Facebook page or YouTube. That's where you can add to the conversation if you have questions. Fire away. We like to do the forecast, and then I go to the chat and try to answer some questions that people may have, which I've been doing over the last couple of days. Folks trying to travel, getting out and about. I don't have all the answers, but I can do my best. So let's say good morning, everyone. Good morning, Nathan and Brian. We are going to continue to see just a nice, chilly, raw day. We've got Caravel on here this morning. Good morning, Teresa. And good morning, everybody. All right, cold at 9 degrees in Strawberry Plain, says Brian. It is cold for sure. Dan Black's joining us again this morning down from Monroe County in Madisonville community. It's been chilly down there. But they didn't get as much snow as, say, Knox County and parts of Granger and Hamlin County. So not nearly the problems they've been dealing with across the Southern Valley that we've been dealing with across the Northern Valley in Upper East Tennessee. Lisa says, I'm ready for it to go. Bye-bye. What is that? New Kids on the Block? Bye. I don't know. No, Boys to Men? No, not Boys to Men. I don't know. Anyways, let's say goodbye to the snow and ice, shall we? But then we're going to be complaining about the rain. I mean, it's human nature to complain about something. David says, I can't wait for it to go away, warm up, so I can hit the golf course and do some golfing. Sounds pretty nice about right now. See how those golf courses are. Although, David, if you want to do some golfing, probably Tuesday. Because then rain really sets up shop Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So then the greens are going to be super soggy and muddy, and you won't be able to get out there and do some golfing. We could see some thunderstorms next week as well, so we'll see what the atmosphere does on destabilizing it and whatnot, but maybe some thunderstorms rolling our way. At this stage of the game, it doesn't look like any severe weather, but just heavy rain. So Tiffany says, good morning, everyone. She's still snowed in. She is like, I have got to get out of this house. Let's see. She goes, she just might go crazy if I don't get out today. Well, hopefully you can get out today, Tiffany. Because the main roads are fine. They are fine. I've driven Kingston Pike and Pellissippi Parkway and Interstate 40. Those are about the roads those are about all the roads I've driven. I've not driven a ton. Gary says that Mike Tyson meme for winter never gets old. It does not. It's a little slippery outside. Suffering succotash. Oh. Let's see. You guys can go through and read the chat with me as well. I can't read them all, but let's see. In Loudon, my son and husband have been driving their trucks to work. They said the roads are worse today. All right, this is good to know. So if you're joining us from Loudon County, Megan's reporting that the roads are worse today. I have a Mustang, and it has not moved, and it won't until it's cleared. Tons of snow still on the ground and icy roads everywhere. So, yeah, just watch out for some of those back roads. Hey, yeah, Buck, Mike's asking, did you ever get out for vacation? He's on the chat. I think he leaves in a couple days. I think he said he leaves like Tuesday, Wednesday time frame. So I think he said Wednesday. So, yep, Dan, Mike, I think Buck leaves Wednesday. I think Buck's going to be able to get out on vacation. And, Buck, I hope you send us some photos and join in on the chat while you're on vacation. Well, okay, you don't have to, but maybe submit a photo every once in a while through the Witcher's Pictures link on the East Tennessee Weather app so we can maybe share that along with everybody else and say, yeah, while it's cold here, Buck's enjoying some nice warm weather. I guess by the time you get there, though, it's going to be warmer here and we'll all be wearing shorts again. So, never mind, scratch that. But you can still send the photos, Buck. All right, Donna says, I love the snow, but being stuck at home since Monday is no fun, no work, no pay, but bills keep coming due. Well, do they, though? Do they? Because my mail hasn't come. So if the mail doesn't show up in your mailbox with the bills, are they still due? Mike's been riding his four-wheeler. That's about as close to skiing as you'll get. Come on, sunshine. Amen to that. Because the sunshine helps warm us up a little bit. Someone needs to get a great picture of the Smoky Mountains when the sun finally comes up, please, says Kathy. We'll show you the sunrise here in just a moment. I'll take you back out to those cameras here in a moment. Actually, let's just go back out there right now. We'll do that. Got the music playing, but get some subtle music. When I take the sky cams, I have subtle music. But look at that beautiful sunrise taking shape here around town. It's so nice to get the day started. Brian's headed to Crested Butte in 7 days, 2 weeks of downhill fun. And that's a diehard skier right there, Brian. I am super jealous because Crested Butte is like one of my favorite ski resorts and in a great town in southwest Colorado. I lived in Durango, Colorado, so I skied Purgatory. Became Durango Mountain Resort, then back to, I think it's back to Purgatory, actually. Skied a ton over at Telluride and the West Slope, and of course the Vail was the one I grew up at. Vail, Winter Park, Breckenridge, Copper Mountain, all those places. Felicia says, we ain't skiing, but ice skating is on the road, so that's good. And by the way, if you're on here and you like Wake Up with Witcher, pass it along to your friends. Let them know that I do this every day, 7 days a week, 8 o'clock in the morning, Saturdays and Sundays, Monday through Friday. I'm 7 day at 7 o'clock in the morning. So if you just don't want to hear the bad news of the day and you just want the weather information, have a little bit of fun, some conversation, ask questions, fire away. Let your friends know that I'm here to stay, my friends. And download the East Tennessee Weather app. So just don't join me on social media. Download the app and go check out easttnweather.com. I'm getting a new website built. Just got the first rendering out of it yesterday, and it's starting to come together. So one of the goals I'm going to do, so many of you send so many photos, but it takes so long for me to build photos. So actually my brother-in-law, he works for Apple. He's a genius. I'm telling you, he's a genius. He's so smart. I would not be here with East Tennessee Weather without him. That is for sure. So Uncle Jay, I do appreciate you. He's in New Jersey, but he's writing program for me where you have sent so many photos, and it takes me a long time to build the photos. I mean, it took me like 15 minutes just to build all those memes to get those on this morning. So it's a process, and I don't have a team. I'm a one-man band. So he's making me some software where I will take all these photos that you send through the East Tennessee Weather app. I'll be able to put them in a folder. This folder just propagates them. It will build a map, put your name, put your city and location on there, and I'll be able to share those so much quicker. And so therefore, I'll be able to get those on the channel. And so what I'm doing with my new website is I want to share those photos with you and everybody else. And so we're going to try to get those to cycle through on the homepage. So you can just go check out some of the beautiful photos, especially during weather events. Always a little bit better there, or some gorgeous sunrises and sunsets. But so a lot of cool new stuff coming to East Tennessee Weather and to you. And so give me some time. I'll be highlighting that in the coming days for sure. But I do appreciate it. So if you like what I do, I would love for you to pass along the word because I'm not doing any advertising. It is solely word of mouth. It is you that are going to help us out. And I know so many of you have, so thank you for that. Oh, hey, it's my neighbor's birthday today. Happy birthday, Heather. Her mom's on here. So happy birthday, Heather. Guess we're going to have to celebrate. She's my neighbor. They're some of our best friends. They live across the street. They have kids our kids' age as well. And so we play all the time. So we're a big shout out to Heather this morning. Or anybody else's birthday. Anybody else celebrating a birthday today? Anybody doing any weddings? Lisa says, I'll take warmer and rain when the snow melts and rains. Oh, wow. A lot of water. It's got to go somewhere. Sad electricity is crazy. My grandson loves... No, I can't read all this. I try to read your things on the fly, but... Oh, by the way, 59 days till spring, says Buck. Not soon enough. And Teresa says, I agree. I love how you guys all communicate with each other and just lift each other up. You say happy birthday to each other. This is such a great environment to lift each other up and have a positive attitude. I don't want any negativity on here. So if you're going to be negative on here, you can go somewhere else for sure. But there is nobody negative on here. And I really, really appreciate that. No doubt. All right. Oh, got a great jam band coming up. Humphreys McGee at Mill and Mine February 8th. No, I love Buck. I love Humphreys McGee. I actually saw them for the first time at Sundown in the City, like back in 2005, 2006 or something like that. Love them. So February 8th, are you going, Buck? Because if you are, I'm going to go too. I'm going to write that down. Humphreys McGee, February 8th. There we go. Wrote it down. I'm going to go purchase me some tickets. And the Mill and Mine's a great place to watch a show. Just not on the second floor, by the way, because you're blocked by all the rafters. It's kind of not good. Didn't necessarily like that. But I went and saw a Band of Horses there not too long ago, which is, by the way, if any of you know Abby Ham, that's actually her cousin. Who knew? All right. Renee says, so glad I found you. Been missing you, being a part of my mornings. Aw, Renee. No. I am such a part of your mornings. I have been for so many years, and so it's so nice to see so many of you coming over to this platform to get the latest forecast, have the conversation. And again, that's why I just give the forecast, get the information, move about your day. If you want to stick around for the conversation, cool. If not, doesn't matter to me. And I don't care where you find your weather forecast on any East Tennessee weather platform. It does not matter to me one single bit. Most of you are using the app, though, which is great. Good morning, Morristown. Rebecca Skeen's on here this morning, so good morning, Rebecca. The sun is shining, says Stephanie. I know you. Sorry, I messaged you on social this morning. I know you messaged me yesterday and said, when is the snow going to stop? I didn't get it till this morning, so hopefully you got that on social media, Stephanie. But she says, finally, the sun is shining. North Crossville got another pretty good dusting yesterday. 0 degrees right now. And she says, you'll never hear me complain about the summer heat. I think it's just human nature. If we have a big stretch of like 100 degrees, which doesn't typically happen, but if we do, I think we'll all be complaining about that. Oh, Buck says, hey, how about some mud golf? Yeah, why not? When all this melts, this rain comes on in. They won't let us on. They won't let us on the greens though, Buck. You know. Lisa says, in sync. What did I say? Boys and men, in sync. Yeah, in sync. Bye. Let's all sing it together. You may like it, you may not like that song. Doesn't matter. But let's just say bye to this cold, snowy weather. 16 degrees right now being reported in Lenore City. Thanks, Lisa. Maria says she finally got out yesterday. Was it so nice to get out? I texted a friend of mine yesterday, and I actually took some video driving down Kingston Pike, and I was like, oh, it's so nice. There's actually people out here. He goes, oh, must be nice. Can't even get out of my neighborhood. I'd offered to go pick him up, but it's pure ice. You can't do anything. So Garrett says, will the change of the fronts bring wind to the Smokies? Always a concern here in Gatlinburg. As of right now, it doesn't look like it. So when we get strong low-pressure systems to move across the Tennessee Valley, you get a southeasterly flow, and that presents a wind events. A wind event across the Smokies and the foothills. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case as of right now, but I guess I said Garrett. I'm sorry, Jerry. Or Gary. Is it Jerry or Gary? Sorry. We'll call it Mr. G. Mr. G. Lawwell. Lawwell. Terrible with names. Sorry if I'm butchering your names. Do not mean to. One single bit. Try my best. People call me Wichter. I mean, my last name has gotten butchered my entire life. I'm like, it's Witch with an ER. Doesn't seem like that difficult. Oh, man. All right. Let's see. Pauline's ready for the warmer days. I haven't been out since last Sunday and getting cabin fever. I mean, I saw some folks yesterday on social saying, listen, you can only watch so much Netflix. I have literally binge watched everything. Netflix better up their game because I'm out of things to watch. I feel the same way. We sat down to watch a movie last night with the kids, and we're like, what do we watch? What do we watch? And then I was like, oh, yeah, we are watching... why is my mind... It's been a week. It has been a week, my friend. Harry Potter. We're watching all the Harry Potters because the kids are now old enough to be able to watch them. Tried a couple of years ago. They were a little too scared about it on some parts, but now they're old enough, and now they really like them. And so we just watched episode number 2 yesterday, the second one. Well, my family did. My wife's probably going to come in here and go, well, you didn't watch it. I passed out. I just passed out. I was sitting on the couch. I was like, so much for that. Finally, I woke up and I said, I'm going to bed. I am going to bed. Yeah, you bet. Okay, so Buck's going to send us some sunrises and sunsets from Key West. Thank you, Buck. You better. Send them through the app. Or just message us on here and just post them on the site if you're going to join us. But you probably won't, and I wouldn't either. If I'm on vacation, I'm stepping away from everything. Olivia says, Mustangs and snow are no good. No, they're not. Not so much. Somebody said, Felicia says, already seen somebody ice skating down our road this morning on South Knoxville. That's awesome. Michelle says, come on Monday. 40 will be like the new 80. We'll feel like 80. I know. Wait till next week when we're going to be in the 60s. That's just going to feel amazing, isn't it? Lisa says, the sun has popped out and it's super bright in Lenore City now. So hopefully that sun's energy, even though it's going to be cold, will continue to help melt and thaw things away. That's going to be the goal for sure. So, hi guys. Bye guys. Have a good day. The family's coming in to say hi. Hold on. Bye guys. Here, let me finish my broadcast, okay, buddy? I'll be out there in a second. Hold on, everybody. Oh man. Okay, here we go. Family's leaving for work. Well, wife's leaving for work, and they come into the studio. Hey, then they don't even close the studio door. It's cold in here. It's cold in here. Oh, man. Anyways, caught me off guard. Just trying to figure out what's going on. Family leaving. So Edwin says he's got a 4-wheel drive truck. Everybody, I'm parked on the side of the hill. If I slide, I'll knock out 10 cars. Yeah, don't do that. Hold on. They didn't shut the door to the studio, so let me go shut the door. It's getting cold in here. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. It was cold. Door was open. All right, it's 8:33 right now. It's Saturday morning. See if we catch up on the chat here this morning. Kathy says, is there any good place that I could take or do an order out for food for the day? Kathy, there's so many places. If you need help, I'll come help you. She's my neighbor. So is everybody doing okay? Everybody's great. See, looking forward to good weather next Saturday for Chocolate Fest. Come see us. We all need chocolate after this week. Where's Chocolate Fest, Felicia? And by the way, if you have any events that you're going to, if your community has any events, let me know. Let me know through the chat because I'll highlight that event. We'll talk about the forecast for that event because, a lot of us like to go to these events. But Felicia, let us know when that Chocolate Fest is. And, of course, chime in later on this week and we'll give a forecast for that. Hopefully no rain. But I don't know if I'm assuming Chocolate Fest is probably inside. Although it's not going to melt if it were outside, at least at this stage of the game. Kathy says, last night at 11 o'clock, it was snowing like crazy in Sevierville. Yeah, I know, it was crazy. Tickets still available, says Buck, for Humphreys McGee, $47, fees included. Nice. Remember when concert tickets used to be like $25? Now they're not. Now they're like 100 plus, and if you're going to a big venue. Bonnie's ready for it to warm up. Donna says it's 12 degrees in Glendale, Greenback area. Let's see. What else we got in here? What else? Lisa says, hi, family. Hi, family. You all are my family every single day. And don't forget, you don't have to be on social media to get this. YouTube, ROKU TV, Amazon Fire, website, app. You can just be laying in bed, turn on your cell phone, and watch it from the app, or you can join from Twitter or X. MW King's back on here from X. So he says, hey, Mike, do you ever do long-term forecasts, rainy or dry spring or summer? I do. I highlight that a little bit. I was just getting started. When I started in October, I was so overwhelmed with just trying to get everything to work effectively and efficiently. Buck knows that. I mean, I've had microphone issues. I've had this. I've had that. I've lost power. And so I never really got to my winter weather forecast. I'm not a huge fan of long-range forecasting because weather is daily. Like, that's more climate type of deal. But, yeah, I do a little bit. So we'll be talking about that as we get closer to the spring months of what it's going to look like or potentially could look like. We'll see what El Nino does. Does it stick around? Does it weaken as we get into the spring and summer months? So, yeah. So tune in and make sure you check it out. So as I said earlier, and some of you may have heard this, and I apologize because there's a lot of you that come back every day, and I do appreciate that. And so, but there's a lot of folks that do come back on here or that are new, to the channel. And so I like to let them know what's going on, what I'm doing. But I'm going to be building out my YouTube channel a lot more. So certain events, certain things, I'm going to start highlighting a little bit more weather phenomena that we can talk about. And I'll put those on YouTube, and then I'll share those on social media as well. So I'm going to be building out my YouTube channel. So go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe there. Help build that product up so we can start moving along with some other stuff. And, of course, I'm still looking for sponsorships and advertisements. So if you're a business and you are looking for a different avenue, listen, weather is the number one place for sponsors and advertisers to be. It is. I've been in TV for years. That literally is the number one spot that everybody wants. But then, of course, TV stations are charging an arm and a leg, and you get that spot like once. But if you have a 30-second commercial, mine run 24 times a day on like 6 platforms. Multiply those numbers. And it's so much cheaper. So if you are a business that have 30-second ads, I'm going to have more space on my website, my new website for advertisements as well. And you can see in the bottom left-hand side of the screen all of my sponsorships and advertisers in the bottom left-hand side of the screen. So wouldn't be here without all of my sponsorships. This is the Mike Stevens Home Studio. Rusty Wallace Automotive Group took a chance on me from the very beginning, and they said, yeah, we'll do this. Let's see what this looks like, Witcher. Let's see how this grows. And I've been getting my analytics, and you guys have all made this possible. I want East Tennessee Weather to be the number one weather source for anybody that comes to town. We have 20 million people that come to our backyard every single year into the national park. 20 million. If I could just tap in just a little bit to give them the forecast while they're here, that's exactly the goal. Plus, of course, all of us that live here every single day. And I run from Chattanooga all the way to Tri-Cities and the Cumberland Plateau and everywhere in between. Hey, good morning, Mike. Says Terry, can you tell me what Chapman Highway, Veterans Boulevard, and Tester Lane are like? I need to get to work today. Thanks. And be safe and warm. I haven't heard of any major issues on any of the roadways here. I think a lot of them have really cleared up from what we've been experiencing over the last couple of days. We do have some icy spots showing up on the TDOT cameras over down into parts of Roane County, Loudoun, and Monroe County. But everyone else seems to be doing okay. There aren't any issues out there. So I do anticipate... Terry, that things are going to be just fine. Sure, you're going to have some icy spots. Anything that hasn't seen the sunshine yet or hasn't been cleared, you're going to run into some black ice this morning. But again, I think it's going to be one of those things where just drive slow. I don't think it's going to be a major issue. The roads, the city, county, and the state crews have done an amazing job on most areas as best as they possibly could. And they have used a lot of salt. So Tiffany says she works for a glass company and you're trying to find a new way of advertising. How do we go about doing this? Email me, Tiffany, mike@easttnweather.com. Let me know. Or go to the app. There's an advertise button at the bottom of the app or on the website. There's also in the top right-hand side, there's a drop-down menu for school visits and advertisements. So you can go fill out the form. Tell me what it is. That's probably the best way to do it because you can fill out the form and it comes to a certain email account. Or you can email me, mike@easttnweather.com. Got a candle company I'm talking to that we're going to be meeting up next week. I've got a lot of advertising meetings coming up. So I've asked for it. You guys have all delivered. So it's been amazing. Calandra says, Mike, you have great sponsors. I tell everyone. Mike Witcher says so. Am I going to take over Margie Ison's? Well, Margie said so. Maybe. we'll be doing some giveaways down the road. I do have a merch shop that's getting ready to open. I'm going to have a lot more stuff. Once my new website comes aboard, I'll have a lot more stuff for the merch. But if you are looking for merchandise, I would love to support East Tennessee Weather. I don't make really any money on it. It's just I don't make any money on it, really. I just want you to have the merchandise. I've got shirts and and hats. And so if you're looking for a trucker hat or a t-shirt, I do have those right now. So you can email me, mike@easttnweather.com, if you're looking to sponsor that. Not sponsor it out, but to buy some merch and kind of show everybody that you are representing East Tennessee Weather. So Susan B says the back roads in Knox County are terrible. Some of them are, yeah. And like I said, I haven't driven all of them. We actually went to the mall yesterday. Long story. We won't get into that. But we went to the mall yesterday. Got there about 4:50, and they were shutting down. So a lot of the stores were shutting down, which is good, I guess, because, with the freezing temperatures that were expected, they let their employees go home early. So, but do watch those back roads. All right, my friends. Well, you guys have all just been chatting it up this morning, and it is amazing. All right, let's go ahead and recap for anybody just chiming in. We'll go through the forecast one more time. Go back to the weather maps here, and then we'll wrap up this show. So we do have a few clouds. We have some sunshine out there this morning. It's been a really nice, brutally cold start to the day. Can you say nice and brutally cold all in the same sentence? Probably not so much. Kind of counterintuitive there, but we're going to see some sunshine returning to the area. The mountain counties kind of ringing out the atmosphere. Maybe a few light flurries. Some of those ice crystals falling as we just kind of ring it out for the rest of the day today. Forecast high temperatures will be in the teens and 20s. Wind chill values all day today in the single digits and teens. And then as we head into the overnight hours, again, we do have another wind chill advisory for East Tennessee running through tomorrow morning. Starts tonight, so it's going to be bone chilling. Single digits for morning lows, sub-zero for wind chill values tomorrow morning. But at least we climb back closer to freezing for most locations tomorrow. That would be 32 degrees, right? So 22 today, 31 tomorrow, 42 on Monday, and then heavy rain sets in next week. We're talking 1 to 3+ inches of rainfall possible around East Tennessee. Oh, and by the way, here's that merchandise I was talking about. So if you are or want an East Tennessee Weather shirt or a hat, I love my hats. I love my logo. I love my hats. I was actually looking at it yesterday on the black hat because I was wearing that yesterday, and I was like, man, what a solid logo. Jeez, I did good. Just kidding. I did, though. The funny thing is I actually did not like going through the renderings of my logo and trying to come up with the branding. I actually did not like the lightning bolt on the TN. I wanted the orange TN to represent Tennessee, but I didn't like the lightning bolt for some crazy reason, but I love it now because it says what it is. And again, if you want that, just message me, mike@easttnweather.com. That's a nice, quiet, chilly start to the day. Beautiful sunrise for some of us. Clouds hanging on for others. But that's really just about the extent of it. All right, there's the music, my friends. It is just about 8:45. I hope you have a great morning. Are we doing some chocolate gravy over biscuits this morning? Are we doing biscuits and gravy? Are we doing pancakes or eggs or biscuits? What are we doing for breakfast this morning? Sounds so good right now. I'm hungry. You all are all the best, and I really do appreciate every single one of you. This week has been an incredible week weather-wise. It has been incredibly busy and long days for me. I'm a solo operation. I do this all by myself. So while you watch the news stations, they have crews of over 50 people helping them out every single day to present the weather information to you and the news. I do not. I am solo, my friends. It's been a long week. I'm exhausted, but I wouldn't be doing this every single day if it wasn't for you. All right. Once again, this is the Mike Stevens home studio. He built this baby for me. So if you're looking for a home, a custom home, reach out to my friend at Mike Stevens Homes. Mike Stevens himself is the most genuine, amazing man I have ever met, and he made this all possible. Plus, Rusty Wallace Automotive Group. They took a chance on me before I'd even started. I didn't have a studio at the point that they took a chance on me. I didn't have anything. So if you're looking for a new car, check out my friends at Rusty Wallace Automotive Group. They've got some great deals going on, and I'm going to run a couple quick ads for them, and then we'll shut it down. If you want to continue to watch this 24-hour live stream of weather, Roku TV, Amazon Fire, put it up in your businesses. Just let it play in silence in the background like the Weather Channel did for years and years and years. But I have weather all the time. All the support from you is only going to help to make this product better for everybody else. It's Saturday, baby. It's 8:45. We're going to head off to a couple of quick sponsorships. I sure hope you have a great day. I will see you back here tomorrow morning for Wake Up with Witcher starting at 8 o'clock in the morning. And then make sure you check back in each and every day as we track in more rain next week. We'll see you soon.
Hey friends, it's Cougar from Rusty Wallace Nissan on Clinton Highway. It's 2024 and I want you to save like never before. How about $5,000 off new Nissans? That's right, $5,000 off MSRP on brand new Nissans. How about our no charge 200,000 mile warranty on every new Nissan? You know that's going to be your gift from me. And what about huge trade allowances for your trade? Up and over $7,000 over book value for your trade. So come on over to Clinton Highway or shop in those New Year's socks at RustyWallaceNissan.com.
You're watching East Tennessee weather, powered by Rusty Wallace Automotive Group.
Happy Saturday, everybody. After the flurries were flying through much of the day yesterday, even early this morning, the flurries will start to wind on down. But it's going to be a chilly start to the day, brutally cold, actually, to be honest with you. Wind chill values are going to continue to be sub-zero for many locations to start the day, but we'll see some afternoon sunshine, a little bit of hit and miss sunshine, staying chilly throughout the entire weekend. But we do have a nice warming trend on the way. With the warmer weather comes more disturbances, and now we're talking about heavy rain to head our way mid to late week. So we'll talk about that with the big picture weather pattern here in just a moment. But as we get you out the door here this morning, these are wind chill values, okay? Not air temperatures, but wind chill values. Started off in the single digits, and we'll stay in the single digits for wind chill values all the way through the noon hour. Now, when you look at the goal today, again, overcast gray skies to start the day. We've had some morning flurries, but those will move on out. Again, we'll see some hit and miss sunshine as we head through the afternoon hours. So at least we have a little bit of sunshine, albeit we're still going to be in the Arctic tundra. Because you can see our afternoon high temperatures will only be in the teens and 20s. Wind chill values will only be in the single digits and low teens all day long. And remember, we got to take the sun's energy to melt the snow so we can start to heat up the air around us. And that process will start to take place, especially as we head through the day on Sunday. So if you have any evening plans, these are wind chill values. 5 o'clock, we're at 7. Between 7 and 9 o'clock, we're going to hover right around 3 degrees. So bone chilling for sure. A little bit warmer on Sunday, much warmer as we head into next week. I'll highlight that with your big picture weather pattern and finish your future cast and your 3-day forecast. That's coming up. So the skies are going to continue to clear overnight tonight. That allows for another bone-chilling start to our Sunday morning. Morning low temperatures will dip down to the single digits, so brutally cold for sure. Wind chill values sub-zero once again as we get started on our Sunday morning. But high temperatures on Sunday warm into the low 30s, so at least we've got that going for us. Some of us may actually be above freezing, so we're going to continue to see that melting thawing with the sunshine out there. That's really going to help things out. So a few morning flurries, hit miss sunshine this afternoon. We're only at 22 degrees, 31 degrees on Sunday. Here we go. Let's continue that warming trend as we get into the start of the week. Sunny skies and a touch warmer. We're going to be in the low 40s. That warming trend continues, actually. We're going to see temperatures well above average by 10, 15, maybe even 20 degrees. Do I have your attention, please? Much more in the big picture weather forecast and that all-important 7-day plus how much rain could we see by the end of next week? I've got the answers. Those are coming up in about 5.5 minutes. Let's go and talk about the big picture weather pattern, how all this weather is going to be evolving over the next 5 to 7 days. And I will tell you that we're going to transition from a very cold Arctic pattern to a very warm and wet weather pattern. So brutally cold to start the day, hit and miss sunshine this afternoon, warming weather all the way through next week, but heavy rain is looking like it's going to set up shop as well. So this big trough of low pressure hanging out with us, and that's what's brought us the colder weather, the Arctic air. But we're going to scour that out as a nice ridge of high pressure, happy weather starts to build its way back in. And then we're going to have a strong southwesterly flow taking shape around the area, and that's going to continue to pump in energy and moisture to the area. So while we do warm, we also bring in a lot more moisture to the atmosphere. So when you look at dew points, the amount of moisture in the atmosphere, very dry today and tomorrow, with static electricity increasing. That's been with us for the last couple of days. But those dew points increase to the 50s to near 60 degrees to round out the week. That does a couple things as well. It keeps our morning lows nice and warmer. So remember, our morning lows can never drop below the dew points. So the higher the dew point number, the warmer our morning lows will be. But that also is ushering in moisture to the atmosphere to bring us showers and, yes, some thunderstorms with some energy. And you look at this southwesterly flow. This just takes us all the way through the week. This is mid-level spin and energy, also called vorticity. This gives us an idea of what's going on in the mid-levels of the atmosphere, and those are pieces of energy, all the yellows and reds and oranges. What does that mean? That means that's going to bring us rounds and rounds and rounds of rain as we get into our Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and likely again on Friday. So our 7-day rainfall forecast, it really starts on Tuesday, Wednesday time frame, will bring us anywhere from, we'll say, 1 to 3, pockets of 4. So can't rule that out. Maybe likely closer to 2 to 3 inches, generally speaking. And so that could aid into other problems with the snow melt that we've had taking shape, or that we will continue to have taking shape. That's going to lead to the potential for some localized flooding. Forecast high temperatures climb back out of the Arctic tundra back into the nice spring-like weather. How about that? Tuesday, Wednesday, we're going to be in the 50s. Thursday, Friday, we're going to be in the 60s. Morning lows still brutally cold for the next couple of mornings, but those morning lows will climb back up into the 40s and 50s as we get into much of next week. We'll bring it back down to the local level, kind of recap everything that's happening here locally for the next couple of days anyways. That's coming up here in just about 5 minutes. I'll be right back.